What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first official E36 parts install video. And it should be a good one today. What we have on the agenda is we're actually going to be taking a page out of the F10's book and we're going to be moving into the interior and swapping the front seats out. Now when I picked this car up, the reason we're going to be swapping the seats out is because the seats that came in the car are Vader seats, which is what I wanted. I was looking for a car that had Vader seats. I happen to really like that design, and I think when they're in decent condition they look really good. But unfortunately the seats that came in my car are heavily worn. The leather has been tearing off on the driver's left side bolster for a long time now, it seems, and every time I get in the car I shave a little bit of the foam off. And not only that, but the seats are electric and I'm not a fan of that. I like the manual seats. It's just one less thing to break on these old seats that, you know, are just continually aging. Like all of them are over 20 years old now. So but I was lucky enough to find local to me a clean set of manual black Vader seats, and despite the fact that they cost me an arm and a leg, I'm happy to have picked them up. They're sitting right over here. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to remove the electric seats, and while the seats are out we're going to clean the inside of the car, vacuum it all out because I haven't done that yet, and then get these installed and just, you know, check that off the list and not have to worry about having a raggedy looking interior anytime someone looks inside my car. So with that, let's hop into taking the seats out. All right, so here we are on the driver's side of the car. You can see like up close just how like messed up this seat is, and up here by the headrest, but you can also see all this foam that's been coming off every single time I get in and out of the car. But anyways, I'm not gonna go super in depth with how to swap your seats. It's very simple. On the front, what holds it to the frame of the car is just, there's two studs that stick up, and then you got to take these 16mm nuts out. Those are what are in the front over here and over there. And then in the back, once this electric seat that I hate takes forever to get up front, in the back there's just two 16mm bolts. And it's the same thing for the passenger side, so it's really simple. The only thing to note is that when you get the bolts and the nuts out, lean the seat back and unplug whatever's under there. You don't want to risk pulling any wires out. If anything is unplugged, just check under there. But once all that's out, you could just carefully take the seat out, try not to scratch your door panel, and then yeah, you could do whatever you got to do down here. Clean, vacuum, you know, swap seats, whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and take both of these seats out, and then we'll kind of get into vacuuming the car and eventually swapping in the manual seats. All right, the carpet is officially all cleaned up and vacuumed, but what I think I want to do real quick before I actually toss the seats in is, where I picked this car up from, it's like a dusty area, it's like a desert-y area, and I noticed now that I'm really getting in there that a lot of the interior is pretty dusty. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of wipe all that off, maybe condition the rear seats real quick while I have access, like easy access to back there, and then we'll clean the Vader seats and throw them in the car. So I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna film all that, but just letting you know, carpet's clean, it looks really good. You saw the clips, but I'm gonna do that real quick and then we'll get into tossing these seats in the car. All right, so there's been a development. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. I haven't been able to throw the seats in there because the plugs, this is the driver's side airbag harness plug for the seatbelt harness rather. But this, I don't have a connector in my car for this plug. And the same thing goes for the passenger side. But after looking at it for a little bit and kind of comparing the part numbers, it actually worked out for my benefit, because if you look here, where is it? If you look here, see how this is all like scrunched up and there's like a metal rod out this side? Well, if you're not sure what that means, let me show you the other one. See how this one is not scrunched up and there's not a metal rod shooting out the other side? That means that those seats, I don't know if it was with this car or another car, but at some point in time, those seats have been in a car that had an accident. And so these are pre-tensioners, so it'll tension and pull the seatbelt tight to you when you get in an accident. And so anyways, it kind of worked out in my benefit anyways, because after looking at these, I'm going to be able to reuse these, and all I had to do was take the seatbelt harness from those seats, if that makes sense. And it was a pain. It was difficult to pull through. I did not take the seat apart to pull this through. You just got to be careful and kind of pull it out. But this does connect to that connector right there, and then I'll have to guide that back through. And that, I think, is just maybe so the car knows that you're buckled or whatever. But point is, ran into a little hiccup. I'm gonna try to get these swapped. I've only done it on the, I'm working on the driver's seat. I still got to do the passenger seat. I got to pull it back out and do that. But anyways, just be careful of that. I had no idea that these E36s even came with different like connector styles for the seat belts. Maybe they changed it like for the later years or something. I don't know what year these seats came out of, what car, but anyways, just be mindful of that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and hopefully I can get it working the way I want it to work. So I'll let you guys know in the next clip. All right, man, we're all wrapped up. Seats are in, everything's plugged in, and as you can see, the car's on and no SRS light. And I'll even show you, if you look, there it is. So it's not like the bulb's missing or anything. So swapping that harness worked perfect. Give me a second, let me turn this around real quick. Wow, dude, look at my hair. This has been quite the project, but yeah, man, the seats look awesome. The car looks amazing. It looks super, super good in there, man. I'm super stoked. The car looks really good on the inside now. That was like the biggest thing. Like, it bugged me every time I got in and out of the car, just foam flying everywhere. But having the seats out and vacuuming it all up and putting in these new seats, the interior looked just so good, man. Like these, God, dude, these old, I love these E36s, man. They're so awesome. But anyways, I won't ramble on too long. I would say pretty easy one, but this is not as easy as I anticipated. It was kind of a pain, to be honest with you, but swapping those harnesses, those airbag harnesses, the seatbelt harnesses, worked perfect. They were kind of a pain to fish through the bottom of the seat without taking the seat apart, but I got them through, and as you can see, the light is off. I don't have any faults, and now I don't have tensioned seat belts, which is cool. I didn't even really think about that when I bought the car, so that's really awesome. So yeah, man, as for first mods go, I think this is a pretty solid one. I'm excited to keep digging into this car, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I appreciate you guys checking it out. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.